For more than 40 years, I lived in a kind of autopilot, repeating the same patterns, chasing the same illusions, trying to fix an emptiness I didn't even understand. I tried to fill it with many things: alcohol, distractions, relationships, achievements, anything that could silence that silent pain inside. But none of it worked. What I didn't know was that I was emotionally addicted, not to substances, but to emotions themselves. My body and mind were trained since childhood to look for external validation, to feel alive only when something or someone outside of me gave me meaning. And when that external drug disappeared, I collapsed. That collapse came as panic attacks, the strongest I ever felt. It was a war between my old self that wanted control and a new self that was trying to be born. I didn't have a miracle moment. There wasn't one day where I suddenly understood everything. It was a long, slow process, 17 years of searching, confusion, and pain. And yet, little by little, something began to shift. I began to see that what I thought was wrong with me was actually the beginning of awakening. When I reached the darkest moment, when I even thought about ending my life, that's when I started to see the truth. Because you can't truly see the light until you've been inside the dark. That was my existential disconnection, that deep emptiness, that feeling of not belonging anywhere, of being useless, meaningless. But that darkness forced me to search for something deeper. And one day, without even realizing how, I started to come out. Later, I understood that my addictions, my anxiety, my panic, all of it was my system trying to find a way out. They were signs, not enemies. They were the symptoms of an unconscious mind trying to protect me but keeping me trapped. Healing began the moment I stopped fighting the pain and started observing it. The moment I took responsibility, not guilt, but responsibility for how I was reacting to life. That's when everything slowly began to change. This channel is not about motivation or magic solutions. It's about awareness, discipline, and honesty. Because life is not supposed to be easy, it's supposed to be real. Every difficulty is an opportunity to fall deeper into desperation or to rise through understanding. And that choice is always ours. I'm not here to give you the absolute solution. I'm here to offer you a different perspective, one that may help you see yourself and your pain in a new light, so you can finally start living your life again, not without difficulties, but with meaning. So if you're feeling lost, lonely, or stuck, stay with me. I'll be sharing short videos explaining what's really happening inside you, the darkness, the emotions, the unconscious loops, and how I began to free myself from them. I hope my experience can help you too. Maybe not to walk my path, but to find yours. Because no one deserves to live forever in the dark. Your journey towards self-healing begins now. Subscribe, turn on the notifications, and let's start walking from loneliness to life.